Hey guys, here are the top 5 write-offs for an LLC to help you save on taxes in 2022. Number 1 is leasing a space in your home to your LLC. Why do I say that? Because many of us are working from home, even if we have space outside of the home, and we are using space in our home to function as business space. We may have a dedicated office, we may have some space in our bedroom, we may be using space in our living room. When you lease space to your LLC, you're going to get a better write-off and you're going to get less scrutiny from the IRS because you're just going to execute a lease agreement between your business and yourself. And that is going to be much better than taking the traditional home office deduction. Another write-off that you should be taking in 2022 is your full home internet connection. Why do I say that? Because if you are working from home and you actually need to utilize that for your business, anybody that owns an LLC, you have to be connecting to the internet, you're emailing your potential clients, you're handling all of your sales online, and you could not function with your business without the full utilization of the internet. Fortunately or unfortunately, we don't get to only have half an internet connection. We need the entire wireless connection in order to function, which gives you an absolute great reason why the full internet connection and fee is actually a write-off for your business, even though it may be powering other things inside of your home. Your business could not function without it. So make sure you're taking your full internet connection as a write-off and expense in 2022 for your LLC. Another thing that you should consider is your vehicle deduction. Many of you do not allocate your vehicle properly or take your vehicle deductions properly. If you are traditionally running your LLC from home, that does not mean that you should not be taking your vehicle expenses. If you are going out to do anything associated with business, if you're going to the bank, if you're going to the post office, if you're going to potentially visit clients, you want to make sure that you're capturing your vehicle expenses. You want to make sure as the member of your LLC that you're probably taking actual costs versus the standard mileage rate, because pretty much people aren't driving like they used to. As a result of that, actual expenses, the actual car payment, the actual lease payment, the actual gas, the actual insurance is going to yield you a much higher expense. So you may want to consider taking actual expenses, but whatever you do, make sure you are writing off your car expenses on your tax return. Another write-off that you should be taking is all of your furniture and desks and computers that you are utilizing in your business. Even if it were things that you already had prior to starting your LLC. If you already had a desk, you already had a chair, you already had a couch, if you are now placing those items in service and you're now utilizing them for your business, you want to get them onto your tax return as a write-off. You are now utilizing them for your business, and at some point you actually pay for these items. So you want to capture those costs, make sure that you write them all down so that you can get those as a write-off. I know if you're doing business, you have to be sitting in a chair. Your laptop is sitting on something, not always just on your lap. So remember, anything that you are utilizing for business, let's get it placed in service. That's the term you want to utilize so that you can capture all of those costs and be able to take your income down lower and mitigate your taxes. Now, one of my favorite things to write off, which you guys should really be maximizing this year, are meals. This year, meals are 100% write-off. So if you are spending costs on meals, and these meals are associated with you acquiring business, these meals are associated with you not even being able to leave because you are working through lunch, and it's for the convenience of your employer, and you are now the employer because you are the LLC owner, I want to make sure that you're eating up in 2022, that you're getting all of your meals as a write-off. And yes, even if you're having your meals delivered by a delivery service, those meals can also be written off. You want to make sure that you get all of your expenses maximized in 2022 so that you can lower your taxable income, pay less in income taxes, and keep more of your cash in your pocket. Another item for you to consider writing off in 2022 is your actual branding. With so many of you selling on the internet, so many of your LLCs are being managed on the internet, and you're really trying to get the word out, your branding, your brand colors can become a write-off. And that means that may also include clothing as well. When you are branding yourself in a certain image and you are utilizing a certain color, you may not even be thinking about that can actually be a write-off. It used to be you could only write off clothing if it had your logo on it. But now a lot of us are purchasing clothing strictly because we want to make sure that our brand is on point. There's a lot of things that you may be purchasing that you would never wear out on the street, that you usually are just purchasing because you're using it for your brand, for your image. And you're going to link that to the pursuit of income because you're wanting to have a certain image when you're doing your videos or doing your marketing collateral or whatever the case may be. Don't forget to include the cost of your clothing that is strictly for doing all of your photos, all of your branding, all of your videos, so that you can get that as a write-off as well. And then the other thing is, make sure you're capturing a write-off for all of your equipment. Many of you are using your laptops, your cell phones, your Apple Watches, backpacks, things that you may have already had, but because you utilize these things for business, they now become write-offs. Many times when we start a business, we don't think about the things that we already have. The home printer maybe, as an example. All the other things that we've already spent money on. When you are thinking about your LLC and your write-offs, I want you to get all of that cost, and it's going to be startup costs you incurred prior to starting your business, that you now can actually write off in 2022. Maybe you chose not to write it off before. Maybe you incurred that cost in a prior year and you thought to yourself, well, I'm not really going anywhere with this business. But now you're starting to think very strategically about your tax write-offs, and you want to go back and you want to grab all of that stuff. Let's not leave any money on the table. Let's not leave Uncle Sam a tip. If you are operating an LLC, you're working really hard and you deserve to get all of your tax write-offs. If you enjoyed this video, I want you to like, comment, and subscribe. I can't wait to see you on the next video.